morning there. You're watching QTV This Morning, and I'm Jenna Bosonko. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm here with my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abalde, and our newspaper review guest, Mr. Adi Drami. Thank you so much, gentlemen. You guys are looking bright this morning.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
We're looking brighter than some of us are feeling. So if you hear my voice
your voice is a bit down.
What happened? You changed your glasses?
I'm glad you asked that. Yes. I broke 2 glasses in a week.
Oh.
I don't know.
So you are a glass broker then?
Honestly, I mean, I can't remember the last time I had it, but 2 in the week. The week just gone by, 2 glasses broke. I mean, just one of them fell to the floor on a concrete floor and it shattered. And the other one, I was taking it off and I just heard a peck. And I looked and the
you
rim,
bought
the
mass
rim was
product
broken.
Glasses, that's why.
No.
How can you just hold a glass and it break like that?
Considering I've had it for 6 years, I think it's done pretty well.
Well, yeah.
It's done
6
pretty good.
years is a lot. That's good.
So
I'm sure he can't.
And one of them was my favorite pair, so I was a bit
Really?
upset. So I'll have to get some a replacement when I get back to England, whenever that is.
Mass product
But just look at my glasses. I mean, for me, I don't wear things that are cheap. I mean,
Really?
I don't wear things that break very easily.
This is true.
Baby, this is Louis Vuitton. So you have to understand that.
Really?
Has anybody told Louis that you have his glasses? He'll be coming after you for his glasses.
Sue you for wearing fake Louis Vuitton glasses.
Well, I think we have a lot of them in the market.
Yes.
I mean, you see belts, Louis Vuitton bags. I mean,
a
lot of
you
them.
know what? I can't accept that. Like, I don't know how people do it. I used to do it when I was in a wear, like a little bit, but just later I just picked up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
because it's so obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious.
The whole LV. It's not like it's subtle and it's hidden.
Yeah,
it's
like,
all over the
over
bags and this and that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think, it's difficult to get the real brand itself. It's very expensive.
But the shops are all over the world.
You can dare not
they're
get.
expensive.
Okay, is there any shop that sells original Louis Vuitton product in the Gambia?
I suspect not,
I am
because
not
most
sure.
people probably can't afford them
Yeah,
here.
so they don't.
But
sell it
having
here.
said that, I went into a shop about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they had a fake Rolex, but it looked so good. I was almost tempted to buy it. It really was.
The dupes are really good.
It really was a fantastic looking kind of rip-off. But even the packaging, they even copied the packaging.
Yes,
the
they
original
copied the packaging.
It looked impressive.
Yeah.
I stood there for a good 10 minutes looking at it. I was tempted.
Perambulating whether to buy it or not.
But for me, I don't know. I'm just gonna feel. I'm gonna feel guilty at the same time because people are gonna compliment me, and I'm like I can't explain to you. So I would rather have something that's not branded.
Because if you're somebody like Balde who only wears original stuff,
he only wears
they
original
will assume that I can afford the real thing. They'll assume that I'm kind of on a Balde type salary.
If you're going for products, you need to go in for the best product.
But I'm
all
not
the
sure.
time.
Like Balde's question, we have shops that actually sell the actual product.
The actual
we don't
product,
have that.
Like Louis Vuitton.
Because
I would be
one bag
surprised.
can cost like $2,000, which is $50,000.
Those are the cheap ones.
Like the cheap ones, $5,000,
It goes up from
$10,000. The Birkin, for example,
it goes up.
they go way
They
up.
go up.
Even for the
$2,000,
Birkin,
that's
it's not
around-
like everybody can buy it. You have to be like a certain class. You have to have like a certain presence in society to be able to buy that bag. Ajena Basonko cannot just walk into a Birkin store and get one.
Come to think of it.
Nowadays, all they want to see is the color of your money. They used to be very snobbish about it.
Yeah.
But then people started criticizing them and attacking them, saying, my money is as good as anybody
but
else's.
the Birkin, they still have that rule though.
Yeah,
but with the Gucci and others,
they catch a lot of criticism.
But come to think of it,
it's snobbery.
For me, I think bag is a bag. Whether it's Louis Vuitton, whether it's the bag from Serekunda Market, or it's the bag from Fukuja, bag is a bag. I mean, it's all about the brand. Okay, what is the difference? Now, if I take my phone and put it in a bag, you understand? My phone is safe. You understand? So, I mean, what is the difference?
Well,
people just kill themselves with big names, with a lot of branding, expensive money.
By the time that bag has lasted you 15 or 20 years, you probably bought 30 other bags in that time.
Exactly.
And you still have the
I will
original
tell you,
one.
I have a bag.
So
I can tell you for the past 10 years, I have a bag at the house.
The bag is still there. It's not going anywhere. Exactly.
My
it's not going
point
anywhere.
is these are brands, and no matter what, we have to respect them. because they sue. I can remember there's a time that in some movie somebody held like a fake bag and the person was sued.
I know you read about it in the newspapers all the time in England. They go and close down whole shops that are selling
they're
fakes.
selling fakes.
Oh, yeah.
And let me, this, at the end of the day, this is
brand.
something that a person invented and you need to respect it. If you cannot afford it, go for the brand. It's easy. It's an open market. There are prices with
within your pocket.
Within your pocket. So always stick to what you can afford.
All right. Now let's open this conversation. I mean, let's take a look at what we call Fokojai in the Gambia. Most of the people, you know what Fokojai is?
No, you're about to tell
You don't know what Fokojai is?
No clue.
Second-hand clothing.
Second-hand clothing. You understand? So most of them, for me, I'll tell you something. Most of my clothes, I get them from the Fokojai.
Okay, let me tell you something. Once we had this discussion in my office in England, and people were like, no. So you know what I did? For a whole month, every clothes I wore, every suit I wore was second-hand. At the end of the month, I told them, I said, guys, you guys were complimenting me on my clothes. I said, do you realize that every suit that I wore for this month just gone was second-hand? And they're like, no. I took them to the shops to show them. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Last week.
The second-hand that he's talking about, normally, these are not
the quality.
big brands, but they are not big brands.
But they are quality.
They are quality. They are not the brands.
They are good looking. I can assure you, my dear, if you go to Fokojai today, you go and buy a shirt there, you will not see that shirt, someone wearing the same type of shirt anywhere. And last week I went shopping with Yaoli and the crew. When they gave me my clothes allowance, I went shopping. They took me to a fashion shop. I think what we were able to manage and buy is 5 shirts, maybe 2 trousers. You understand? I said to them, if you give me this money
and I go
to Fokojai, I will bring a bag full bag. I mean, a full sack.
But Ibrahim,
of
come
clothes.
on, you are a trendsetter. So
well, that will not kill. Look, that will not kill me.
You are the trendsetter.
I am the VJ.
But honestly,
I am the trendsetter, but I will set my trend in a different way. Let's go to Fokojai and buy clothes. Let us. I mean, cut our according to our.
Honestly, I've not been there for a very long time.
You should go.
Oh, you've been going there?
No, when I was younger.
Baby, go there.
Not right now.
There is nothing wrong going there. Come on, I still buy. I still shop from.
The thing, what we're talking about now, about 10 years ago when I went to Cabo Verde, there was a guy who had lived in Portugal and he was used to seeing these things. And he started bringing second-hand clothes. And people used to laugh at him. You go to Cabo Verde now, there are over 20 of those shops, even just on the one island of San Vicente. Over 20, they're all copying him. Because they realize that he's bringing in the second-hand, but they're quality. They're good quality. And now everybody's into it. They used to laugh at him.
Well, I think now Gambia, people are becoming aware. I mean, if I'm passing through Serekunda market in the morning, I'll be hearing this guy say, Muba 5.
But at some point, also, I don't know.
Even Teres, I saw Teres the other day bending and picking Fokojai.
The second-hand issue is also an industry we need to take a look at. Because at the end of the day, they dump some of these things.
It's harming local.
It's harming us because at the end of the day, there's some second-hand things that you can't even use in your country. And then we already have waste management issues. So it's already adding to the already existing problems that we have. They bring these refrigerators, they bring this microwaves, this
desktops.
We can't use these things. They're dumped over there and somebody just goes and picks them and puts them in a container and brings them. So it's an industry that we also need to look at.
That's the disadvantage.
What they call them in Ghana, Obroni Wewu, which is dead white men's clothing.
Exactly.
Well, I think there was a time in Ghana, I watched a documentary.
Probably
they were discouraging it. They were stopping it.
It should be stopped.
They've tried to stop it, but I went to Kumasi market.
We can take a look at our
the quote,
the proverb we have.
Love cannot be divided.
Love cannot be divided.
It says it's from Kenya, so it's obviously not from the Gambia where people can have 4, 5, and 6 wives. But anyway, we'll come back, I guess, after the break. And
love cannot be divided.
Yeah, we can delve into it quickly.
We can.
Let's delve into it quickly.
Of course, love can be divided.
I agree. Love cannot be divided.
I disagree.
You think love can be divided?
It can be divided.
Okay, how can love be divided? Tell me.
Because it means you can love more than one person.
More than one individual.
Yeah.
Mr. Ade, do you think
there are things,
that is something you can do?
People are different.
It is. You know, the thing about loving one person, that's a kind of social construct. And the reason I say this is why people cheat. This is why people maybe not cheat but get a second, third or fourth wife. Because you can. I mean, some people don't like to hear it, but it's a fact.
That you can love more than one woman.
Of course you can.
No, men are good.
One man, you can love more than one woman.
Of course you can.
We men,
and I genuinely believe that.
We don't cheat. Situations leads men to go and cheat. So men are good, men are humble, men are very honest. So it's because they are not giving that freedom, to express.
Mr. Ade,
you know how they feel to another person.
It's a society. Society has constructed this thing where it says, but you know, we know that. You know, I'm smiling because I remember one instance when I was walking down Brixton, and I was with my wife, my now ex-wife Zainab, and there was this very attractive Ethiopian lady coming towards us, and before she even reached us, I could see all these men turning and looking at her.
Right.
And so she went and she walked right past us, and Zainab said to me, "You can look. I know you want to look." I said,
you know
what I said? You know what I said? You know what I said? I said, "Look at what?" And she said, "Don't even pretend." She said, "Half the street are turning to look at that woman, and you're going to pretend."
Saying you didn't notice, or you were pretending?
I was pretending.
No, Mr. Ade, I'll tell you something. You see, those type of situations, they are very difficult to turn your head away, to act as if you are humble.
Listen, I just pretended I didn't see her, but I was pretending.
My ustad said to me the other day, he said to me, "Ibrahima, do you know if a woman passes, you look once, there is no sin for you. But if you look twice, there's a sin for you." I said, "Ustad, what about if you look and you just stick your head that way? You did not turn. You just leave your head like that."
Anyway, it's different. It's a different thing for women.
But so you agree, therefore, that love cannot be divided.
I think
you don't think
because
love can
I
be
don't
divided.
have not experienced. I'm a woman, so I just feel like to me love cannot be divided. When I'm in love with someone, I just have to be genuine about it because that's the person that I need to stick with.
I wish I knew.
Well, I'll tell you something.
That's how I
wish I knew.
Here is a news for you, baby.
Listen.
I mean, you think you are controlling your man. You know, women, you have to understand, you cannot tame a man. You cannot.
She never said that. How did he go there?
Because maybe he thinks I'm gonna get there.
He thinks you're gonna go there.
Want to land.
No. But you're going.
But there are certain men, whatever the case, they're just straight men. They're men that are really straight.
Let me give you an example. Had I known that we were going to be discussing this proverb or this quote, I would have sent around a 7-minute documentary that somebody sent to me just on Saturday.
Right.
And you know what it was about?
What?
It was about a village in the Amazon in South America. There's a village of 350 women and 7 men only. 7 men. Now, those men... those men, and the thing ended by saying, "Men, would you like to live here?" Because the men are, how can I put it? They get exhausted.
7 men.
Shall I leave it like that? They get exhausted. But they have to,
people like Korka, Francis,
honestly, I do not appreciate how polygamy happens in the Gambia, because at the end of the day, they pointed how Islam says a man can marry up to 4 wives, which I don't have a problem with. But most of the time, the men do not follow the rules after that. God says you can marry 4, but there are rules that follow after you marry those people. There are rules and regulations that you need to stick to. But the men never talk about those rules. All they talk about is how God says they are supposed to marry 4. And it's not compulsory. It's not a force. It's not compulsory.
But I'll tell you what I've normally had from friends, Gambian friends particularly, because we have it in the Sierra Leone community as well, but particularly from Gambian friends since I've come here. They always say that the men, when they marry the 2nd or 3rd wife, they treat them different and better, and the first wife ends up getting
abandoned.
They can see that they're virtually abandoned.
Yes,
I hear that a lot.
They're abandoned
and
completely.
That can't just be
not everybody.
Not everybody.
But some of them
in the
are very
Gambian context, it's such a cultural
that
issue that when a man in the Gambia, it's so rooted in the to an extent that when a man says, I'm going to marry a second wife, automatically everybody pities the first wife in the community.
Because they know what's going to happen.
Because, wait,
let her finish.
Let me allow me. Because we are all aware of what happens to the first wife. The moment you get a second wife, that's the end. And most of the time, they do not get a wife their age. They do not get a wife the age of the first wife. They go for a second wife.
Who's always younger.
Reason being, whatever.
Young,
they know what they're looking for.
I have yet to meet a single man. I have yet to meet a single man whose second wife is older than the first one.
No, but young.
I've never come across
it.
I've never come across
So they are literally showing you that what you were able to do, you cannot do it anymore. So we're bringing a younger person.
Maybe one of them is watching.
Let's be honest to each other.
Maybe one of them is watching.
Well, it's a matter of choice.
I've not come across it.
It's a matter of choice.
If you prefer the older one, it's fine. If you prefer the younger one,
because you abandon the older one.
It's fine.
You abandon the
older one is already there, so you get a younger one. You get an older one and a younger one.
So as the proverb says, love cannot.
To me, love cannot be divided. Choose who you want, die with the person.
Even if they run, even if they shout, even if they protest, even if they happen to do feminism.
This has nothing to do with feminism.
I don't know why you're going there.
There is no need. Men
I have one heart and I can love one person and that is it.
That's you.
Yes.
But it depends whether that person is going to love or leave.
Whatever.
Next
so
year,
we have a break.
Next
we'll
year
just
when
go
she's
for
somebody's
a break.
second wife, we will be discussing this.
Me?
Yeah, anyway, yeah. Carry on, yeah.
You don't want to be a second wife?
Let's go for a short break. We'll be right back. Second wife. Haram.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future, tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So, gentlemen.
Yeah. I think we thought we had ended that conversation, but then we had a very good interjection by our colleague Therese, who said, and there was a very good one. She said, what if you are a parent and you have children? You can divide your love between your children equally.
Exactly.
Or you try, although even then.
Yeah, and you know why I agree with her? I agree with her because, I watched this movie. I can't mention the title.
Why?
But no, because it's too whatever.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So in that movie, you can see how the man did not want the woman to get pregnant and have a baby because the man was scared that when the baby comes, the love is going to be divided. The attention is going to shift
you get that.
to the babies. And even it happens with men too. When they, when the moment they, wives get pregnant, they have a baby, you see that connection, and people sometimes joke about it. Oh, this is my husband, don't take my husband, my child is taking my husband away. We see those things on TikTok, so it's really true.
Well,
but in the context of love,
there's a very significant message. I mean, someone sent, he said there are two types of love. You understand? He said there is one called platonic and romantic love.
Oh, wow.
Platonic love is what you have for your families, friends, and romantic love is about wife. You can have 3 kids and love them all.
Yeah, which is
true. Which is what she's talking about.
That is what it is. And Don Williams is also sending a message from Chakubantang Farafenye. Don Williams, big up yourself.
And what is Don saying? Is that from Don?
He said, my glasses are 55 glasses.
His glasses.
My glasses.
Yours.
My glasses. Can you imagine?
Is this in you?
He said, interesting conversation. Love indeed cannot be divided. No one can love 2 things at the same time. Even our clothes. Let alone humans. I disagree.
But we disagree because I think the one
we talked about family. But then when you take a look, the moment you see this proverb, that love that Therese is talking about does not come up.
Yeah, quite.
In this instant, when this comes up, it does not mean that. It actually means the love where spouse love, relationship.
No. I mean, they've left it open.
But the moment you look at it, That's because that is the one that normally men divide.
They want to provoke a discussion or a thought or give you some food
on a general, because that's the love that men like to divide.
Can we move?
That women don't divide.
Please, can we move?
Please, let's move ahead.
Let the poor breathe.
and you can...
Let the poor men breathe.
Love your parents.
We had this very undesirable incident during the weekend. Was it during the weekend? Where we saw this... at the Banjo Barra terminal, where this bus, a registered Malian bus, was actually stuck there and hanging. That was really scary, really scary. And there was a lot of panic around, the terminal there and all of that.
Yes, I mean, you mentioned that, and I just have to mention, and my colleagues Francis and Troy. And also Matilda can back me up on this. Manjai, as we're coming just before you get to the Oryx petrol station, a car has gone off the road, mounted, it's gone up quite a steep and hit a shop. I don't even know how it was possible. And it's destroyed the shop, and the car, of course, is destroyed. Taxi. I mean, I in fact, I need them to go and take a picture, because if you describe it to somebody, I don't think they'll get the full shock of when we saw it. We're like, how on earth did this happen?
He was speeding.
It must have gone at quite a lot of, it must have been speeding at quite a terrific speed to have mounted, because it's gone up quite a steep incline and then hit the shop.
It's a flying car.
Pretty much. It's like, how else? You know, so but that one's the one with the coach. That was quite shocking.
Yeah, that was bad.
Images that we saw over the weekend as well. Thankfully, they were able to, sort it out and retrieve it, and nobody was harmed, according to what we heard. But the pictures look quite shocking.
Well, there's something that I've realized. You see, in the Gambia, people don't go into, finding what the real details are. What they do is, when they see a certain thing, they start blaming Gambia. Well, Gambia, where are we going to? Where are we heading?
I saw somebody blaming the president.
Well, this is not about Gambia, or it's not about the ferry service. You understand? Sometimes people tend to, according to what authorities said at the ferry service, this guy was losing brakes.
Yes.
You understand? At some point, I think they pushed the bus, and he couldn't brake, and then that's the time he plunged into the water. Yeah. So I think it's important.
This is a Malian bus.
Yeah. So
Malian registered bus. So how can you in turn say State House? Like, people need to stop this.
This is the
so
problem.
Annoying.
This is what is dragging. This is what is dragging us behind.
Every week we politicize everything.
Listen, I even heard somebody saying that if Jame was here, this would have not happened.
When a mango is rotten in Brikama, and everybody will be saying, no,
this is rotten because the president.
Barrow's government.
Even mangoes are rotten.
It's a problem.
I said to the guy, I said, let me just leave this conversation, because it just got silly. That's just idiotic.
Like they just politicize everything, and it's not even helping. We just need to stop
it. A bus
once
falls
and for
off.
all.
What the hell's that got to do with the president? Please.
It's just something else. So moving on, we've also seen that President Barrow has effected new appointments in the Gambia Armed Forces.
We have,
and the CDS Drame has retired. Congratulations to him, and wishing him a great retirement.
Because
hopefully he will go to Cape Verde.
He'll probably go to Cape Verde.
Relocate.
60 is no age. I didn't realize I was 8 years older than him. But,
wow.
Maybe he can do what I've done in retirement, which is keep on working.
Yeah.
Because that is quite a young.
Maybe looking for what you love.
It's quite a young. It's a young age.
But it's really commendable, the fact that 60, you decide to retire
rather than be pushed out.
Rather than be pushed out, Ibrahima. Like, I think it's something we're talking about. What's your take on that? The fact that he retired even before.
Well, it's important for you to retire. When you come to it's a good one. It's a very good sample. If many people follow those steps, I think in the Gambia people would be able to free the space for people, for young people. We have a lot of people that are occupying space.
But I wish though his successor
the reason it would have to be. But the reason I'm smiling is because about 10 years ago, in Uganda, apparently they used to have a retirement age for the presidency. There was an age beyond which you can't. So Museveni, he got the MPs to say, if you remove the age limit and I contest and I win again, I will introduce a bill in Parliament that will allow your parliamentary terms to be 10 years.
Wow.
And so they all voted for him for the age limit to be removed. But you know what happened? When he introduced the bill, the Uganda Bar Council took it to the Supreme Court and said it was unlawful for the parliamentary term to be 10 years, and they won. And so the parliamentary term stays at 5 years, but Museveni can go until he's 100, which he probably will. So he got what he wanted, but the greedy MPs didn't get their 10-year.
Wow.
Well, I think, Mr. Ade,
which was very clever.
It's important for us to go by age limit. It will give opportunity to the young ones to occupy a certain space. We are not saying the older ones shouldn't be around to help. Maybe you can be there to guide,
so
to
I'm
coach.
going to retire after this program.
You understand? You have to. You have to
I'm
retire.
well over
No,
it.
you are volunteering.
No,
you are not volunteering and being employed are two different things.
We are forcing him to retire.
You're forcing Stade to retire.
Ade is retiring. Tunkara is retiring. Tunkara is on his retired age already.
So
no way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He's not there yet?
No, he's not. He's not even close.
Well, he is almost there.
No.
Okay.
Almost is not the same as
so now,
yeah, he's volunteering.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
And you know, many people should follow.
Yeah, follow. Retire when you're 60. Pass it on.
I mean, I think when they set those rules, I think 60 was seen as old. These days, at the time, these days nobody thinks 60 is old.
I don't think either.
I remember, and I'd said this before, when I was at school and we were discussing this. I was at primary school. I was about 11 years old, and one of our teachers was going to be 50, and we thought, oh my God, 50? That's ancient, you know. And it's like 50, you know. And I'm talking about 1966, whatever it was then, and we thought 50 was like. Seriously.
Yeah, I can remember when when my kids were.
Yeah, you are. And you don't. The thing is, you just don't look it.
You know, as kids, sometimes you sit and talk about your age. I had a conversation, between my kids. They were talking about their age. The other one was saying, "Look, I am 13." The other one was saying, "Look, I am 9."
Yeah.
The other was, I'm 10. The younger one said, "I am 6." The girl, and they said to me, "Dad, how old are you?" When I told them my age, they ran.
They were run away.
Just
so
moving
on.
So
moving on.
60 is
the Faraba Banta campus has been handed over to UTG management.
Yeah. And they students will be going there today. We hope to be there. 2nd of
October.
We hope to be there to cover it. There had been statements that students' union were against it. But I think once they had seen the pictures and they had seen the backlash from people saying, what is it you're objecting to? You've got electricity, you've got water, you've got clean classrooms, you've got 400 desktops. What the heck are you complaining about?
They should go.
Please.
And there's no scramble.
They're providing buses where
15, I heard.
Yes, and the return fare is $10, $20 so 10 each way. And so people, I mean, if you go online, I know it's not I never like to but online, there's been a lot of positivity and a lot of people criticizing those who said they were not going to go there.
I saw
said,
that
what is your excuse for not going there? Providing the buses, the facilities are there for at least some of the schools to take. So we'll be going there.
Well, I think it's a good one. I mean,
and it looks impressive. I hope it can stay clean.
To strengthen the transport system. Once it is strengthened, most of these countries, I mean, their universities are far from the capital. It's just, I mean,
almost all of them.
Almost all of them. But they have a very flexible transport system. So once it is flexible, you would be able to do your lessons without any problem.
They're providing 15 new buses.
So let them make sure they maintain. Providing them is one thing, but maintaining them is another thing.
Maintaining the buses and maintaining the campus. I mean, at the moment, the campus looks pristine. It looks clean. Let's hope in 3 to 6 months, we can go there and it's still pristine
yeah,
and clean.
I hope so
because
too.
we do not have a good maintenance culture in this in the sub-region. Let's be honest.
Agreed.
You know, so, but I won't name the country where they do have it, but I think everybody can guess.
But moving on, we also saw that the NPP is calling for a dialogue between political parties.
Right.
You know, they're calling for a dialogue between political parties. But on the other hand, over the weekend, we also saw unpleasant exchanges between two heads of political parties. So I don't know, where are we heading? It's a bit ironical because they're calling for a dialogue between political parties to take development forward. And over the weekend, we saw an unpleasant exchange. So I don't know where we're heading.
Yeah, as they say, talk is cheap. You know, we will judge them by their actions, not by their words. If they say that let there be dialogue, let's see it, and let's see the fruit of that dialogue, because you can't be appealing for dialogue on the one hand and then on the other you're blasting each other.
Right.
That's not dialogue, that's an argument. So let us hope there will be genuine dialogue for the sake of the country. The country deserves it, and we don't want the political space to be poisoned by vicious words. You know, we have all these seminars about hate speech and so on. I'm not saying it's reached hate speech yet, but this is how it starts, and then it can graduate. It can graduate to that, and we don't need that. We don't want it. So it needs to stop, regardless of who's saying it.
Well, I think whatever you say as a political party, you have to be very serious about it, and you have to live by it. If you tell us one thing and next day we're saying another thing, next time you write, we will not take you serious. We won't take you seriously. You understand? So I think that political maturity, you know, should be exercised as well.
Well said.
You know, I think that's the problem that we have. You know.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like you said, talk is cheap. So you know, we are looking forward to that engagement where they all come together. It can be simply coordinated as an inter-party committee. They can simply meet and, you know, have the conversation, because elections was when? 21?
No.
Well,
when was the election? The past election was 2021. And we are still political. The cycle.
In fact, we've spent almost 2-3 years now, you know, talking about each other without any...
And you know what?
What have we seen? What have we done?
I don't know, but I'm just suggesting that probably elections, all elections, like the parliamentary elections and the mayoral, should be like within the same time frame. Because you know what?
That's what they do in
when elections comes, politics starts again, and then development slows down automatically, because the president is the leader of a political party. He will go and politic. All the political parties will go and do it. So it should just be within a short period. It's done and dusted. We are gone, and we will focus on our development.
It happens in Sierra Leone, and it's also it's a cost-saving thing.
It's
that's how I have them all on the same day,
and we are done. Because we are tired of the cycle coming, and then we have to start the politics all over again, and then things do not work.
Well, you know, it's making people lose confidence in the, you know, the way things are governed in the country. Whether politically, I mean, whether it's, you know, the different political parties, people are losing confidence now. I mean, because we all know it is going to be the same trend.
The thing is, the political parties need to, if they want that confidence, they have to reach out to people. They have to convince people. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with political parties having differences of views. That's why you have oppositions and so on. We can't, it's not a one-party state. And there need to be divergent views. But let it be based on ideology or policy and so on, rather than just on, you know, personal enmity and personal vitriol, you know. But, you know, I think the electorate have themselves to blame because they don't hold these people to account. And they should. If I vote for you, I want to know, why am I voting for you? You know, why should I vote for you? That's the question I will ask. And if you can't convince me of why I should vote for you, then I won't.
Well, when you look at Gambia, I mean, the huge percentage of the population are illiterate, you understand? Most of them doesn't even know why are we voting. You know, why are we putting the president or why are we putting the National Assembly member into office? You know, these people, instead for them to account, these people, they think they are the ones responsible for these people.
And funnily,
you understand? So
you see this post that a particular online blog had to put up asking, are you happy with your National Assembly members? Are you happy with your parliamentarians? And then I went to the comment section, and most of the comments that I saw were negative. All of them were like, oh, I regret putting up this person. Oh, I'm not happy.
But as Ibrahim Abale says, those are the ones who can read and write. There are a lot of people who can't do either. And they won't even engage with that
They don't know that
conversation,
that post
was even put up.
And you know that is how Gambian politics is. It's just centered around social media. And then the real voter is not on social media. You know, that we saw that during the 2021 elections.
And that's why...
For me, I think now I will be joining the women. I mean, to at least campaign for change. You understand? Because most of the time, these are the women that elect people in office and at the same time remove people in office.
No, because they're the majority.
You understand? So at the end of the time, you know, most women here, I've seen women that they vote because their husband is a supporter of a political party.
True.
You understand? So
but
it's high time to go and, sensitize them that, look, you don't need to follow your husband. You and the boot and the marble.
That's difficult.
So I think
it's not.
It's difficult to change
I don't
that.
know, because I know, they're probably watching, but I know a couple who, they are on opposite sides of the political divide. And they argue about it a lot. But they actually voted in the last couple of elections here on opposite sides. They're still married. So
they won't know. If you vote for a different political party, you come and tell your husband, I voted for this one.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that is all we have time for. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us. It's always good to have you here.
Always good to be here, and then maybe one day we will have
newspapers. And then Ibrahim, I heard your glasses are $55. Is that so?
That's Don dissing him.
That's Don trying to diss him.
Don is trying to
diss him. But
it's
around 125.
He's not going to say, because he doesn't want people to rush.
My glasses are from Tacticalia.
Let's go for a short break. We'll be right back. Let's go for a short break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, why didn't you get Opticalia?
Not Opticalia.
Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow. Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system, reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner.
that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So, Ibrahim, now we have the members of the 3D Foundation, and we'll be talking about how they handed over materials to the Gambia Armed Forces. And we're joined by Alassane Ba, who's the country director, 3D Gambia, as well as Omar E.A. Busso, Deputy Public Relations Officer, 3D Gambia. So I was just going through some of your records and just taking a look at some of the amazing work that you have been doing in the Gambia for the past 6 years. Yes, to start with, tell us, how did this organization come about? I know it's a UK-based organization and has representatives in different countries, but how was it attracted to also come to the Gambia and start the work that you're doing?
Thank you very much. What's your name again?
Jen.
Geneva. It is a pleasure having me here, and as well as my guy on the topic discussing about 3D GAM, and as well as what I've been doing as a foundation.
Right.
3D GAM is a UK-based foundation that is operating in the Gambia, and it was founded in 2017, 29 of September. The whole idea of 3D is about humanity, that it is driven by the purpose of helping humanity in our societies, because we understand that there are people that needs the world, and the world is us as human beings. So therefore, as responsible people and people that are very passionate about the growth of human beings, so therefore our chairman, who is Amadou Marong in the UK and is a Gambian, was so passionate to form an organization that is called 3D GAM. 3D GAM is a foundation of like-minded individuals who comes together to make sure that they advance the agenda of humanity in this world.
So why 3D GAM?
3D GAM, the 3 means 3 as a figure, and you have the D's. The D's mean decision determine destiny. We believe in your actions is what will determine what you become tomorrow. Because your decision today, whatever you decide today, you will see the results tomorrow. So decision will determine destiny. So whatever we're going to do, we have to make informed decisions as human beings. So therefore, we have to take charge of our destiny in the way that we take our decisions.
Yeah. So Mr. Omar E.A. Busso, so do you have a specific agenda? You know, he talked about how humanity, which is wide. So do you have specific areas of interventions in communities?
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, General. Good morning, Mr. Bande, my co-host here. You have asked a very important question, and definitely I will be very happy to answer that.
Right.
Because we have been, going around throughout the country. We have, distributed health materials to almost all the hospitals in the Gambia, except Nyomi.
Why not Nyomi? I'm from Nyomi.
It's not important.
So I don't understand that.
I'm also from Nyomi. Wow.
So Nyomi, except Nyomi. Why
Nyomi is not important. Nyomi is not part of Gambia.
You guys went all the way to Basse?
We came even up to Jokadu. But Nyomi is on the pipeline.
Okay, better.
We will not left no stone unturned.
Better.
Yeah, we'll touch the whole country, and that is our aim. And apart from that, we have also collaborated with schools to distribute these human rights projects.
Right.
We also engage, NYSS and the military to distribute some. One of them is drug awareness kits and human rights kits, and this will help us, not in one way, but or the other. 3D is about humanity, and we know that without humanity, we will not move as a people. Yeah, without humanity, we will not move. So
is it safe to say health is your main intervention area? Is it safe to say that?
Health and education.
Health and education. Okay, in terms of education, how do you intervene?
We have collaboration with schools.
Okay.
We distribute humanity, health. Okay.
Learning materials.
Learning materials.
Okay.
We also distribute human rights, articles.
Okay, those ones.
Yes, the student will be able to use them to know their rights.
Right.
And we also distribute health, drug awareness kits, so that they will also know the dangers of drugs and how to avoid to be drug abuse in the nearest future. It's very good to teach us to help students to know what is good for them, so that they will also guide their future.
Amazing, amazing. So where does the money come from? Who funds this?
Yes, right now we have some individual philanthropists that normally sponsor our programs or our projects, though we are an imagined foundation that does not have those millions in our bank account. But you know, in the world we have good people out there who are always ready to support a good cause because they believe 3D gum cause is a good cause, and therefore they will not have any regret of spending their monies in that cause. Nice. And also just to broaden the perspective about 3D gum, 3D is not only limited to health, it's not only limited to human rights. 3D has been intervening in different things in the communities of the Gambia. That during the COVID-19 there were sensitization that we have done or that we made just to make sure that the public is sensitized on radios and even on TVs. This was done. And 3D also support other needy people in the society, individuals that we believe that they need support from humanity, and we are humanity. So we also give them support. 3D has been supporting, even right now as the president of the School of Education in the University of the Gambia, 3D has been supporting us. Just last Friday, 3D presented a podium, a well-crafted podium to the School of Education, and that is not the only thing that they have been doing. So 3D touches everything in the society.
So moving on, you donated to the
Gambia Armed Forces
material. What kind of materials specifically?
Exactly. Those materials are donated to the Gambia Armed Force in order to equip them. These materials are human rights kits and as well as drug awareness kits. Understanding the centrality of the army in our democratic dispensation, that it's important that the army is well informed about human rights and fundamental human rights and the rule of law. And in doing that is to educate their minds. Because when we educate them, they will definitely understand their concern will not allow them to do something that is contrary to the law. And therefore, those human rights booklets will definitely help them because it is a world declaration, the Universal Declarations of Human Rights that was done in the New York City. And this is something that the GAF should promote, human rights and international law. So getting those human rights, 30 articles of human rights will definitely enable them to understand, because we have seen the experience that we have gone through. And it is a responsibility of the citizens now to make sure that people are educated on human rights and drug awareness. Because we understand drug is very, very dangerous and it can cause a lot of harm in the society. So therefore, as people that are in charge of the territory of this country, I think they should understand what is the importance of drug abuse or what is involved in drug abuse. So you give them this learning kits.
Do you give it to them and conduct trainings for them, or you just hand it over to them?
On how to use it?
Yes.
Very significant,
because you know Gambia, I'm not saying they don't read, but...
Otherwise, we'll just put it in our store and forget
but we're not saying that, but there's a tendency. So are you going to conduct trainings for them, PRO? Do you have plans like that on the pipeline to say we will physically train them on these issues?
Thank you, Jennifer. Basically, we don't do that. When we give it to you, we will tell you how we want you to do it. But based on the way you also want to do it.
Okay. Why Gambian be boko baye mom kena de not.
No lolu la why army be. We hope that we have very competent members among them. They can do it. They have a training school. They have very good senior officers.
Then library.
Yes, very well.
Oh, they have a library. Okay, they can just store it there and then kubuga read, muje read, Ibrahim. Why that training be mom?
It's significant.
Maybe it's something that you might want to consider, country director.
Yes, exactly. That's what we were assured by, they normally have their lectures or sessions at the training school. And we were assured by the CDS that as it was aired on GRTS, that they are going to make sure that these are things that are inculcated in the teachings of the army at the training schools, especially with recruits and even those that are already in the service.
So, I mean, in the future, what is your plan, your areas of intervention in the future?
Yes, our area of interventions, 3D has some, selected objectives. That is to intervene in education, intervene in social issues, intervene in technological support, and as well as economical support. So wherever the opportunity knocks, 3D is ready to support in these areas that we believe are the ones that are keeping us standing and the ones that are promoting our interests as an organization.
So finally, PRO, same question, what should we look forward to from the organization before we wrap this up?
Yeah, thank you very much. We look forward for big things to happen. Yeah, our aim is to help. We don't have boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need the support of the Gambian people. We cannot do it alone. Yeah, Gambia, the government cannot do it alone. So these philanthropists, these organizations, NGOs are the ones who should stand up and to make sure that the Gambian population are helped. Yeah, there are kids, innocent kids who need help. So if we are always committed to step in anywhere we are needed.
Okay. So do you get paid for this?
No.
Do you get paid?
Yes, as far as this organization is concerned, and we describe it as a humanitarian service, that we always say it is a sacrificial job that we are doing. Because we are not paid monetarily, but I believe God is going to pay us handsomely.
Okay. Because, there are these allegations that currently in the Gambia, there are a lot of organizations doing the same thing when they can actually come together.
Duplication of
the
effort.
duplication of effort is a lot. And then, even allegations that some of these things are money-making ventures. I don't know.
Yeah, we completely different from any other, insinuations that an organization. Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, I am expecting you to say that.
Yeah, we are an organization that is there for amass wealth.
Okay.
For us, we believe in humanity, and what we are doing. Sometimes I even support in the activities of the organization, and the chairman. I can tell you, 75% of the funding of the organization is the one doing it.
Amazing.
Because he just felt like he's in Europe
and he needs
and now
to
sitting in the UK as even a citizen of UK, but he still has people in the Gambia that he can support.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen.
All right.
And we're looking forward to, more activities coming from 3D Foundation. When I first saw 3D GAM, I thought it was like a 3D making thing. You know how 3D
it sounds like it.
Tech things.
Sounds
but
like it.
sometimes you have to be innovative. So the 3D, I was like, oh, is it like a tech thing? It's not. It's not. But I like the name. It's innovative. With the 3Ds are decisions
determine destiny.
Decisions determine destiny. Do you think decisions determine destiny? That's a conversation for another day.
Well,
that is all we have time for. Till we come your way tomorrow with another interesting program. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. God bless you.